right, welcome back, people. This is No Decorum.
I'm Daniel.
I'm AJ.
Today, let's talk about police and their role in society.
All right, let's talk about our brothers in blue.
Brothers in blue.
And sisters, sorry. We want to be politically correct.
We're in the 21st century, AJ. I need you to get on board, all right? So we need to first probably discuss what it is that maybe can escalate situations or gives police officers a feeling of maybe impunity or, like a shield, right? And that's qualified immunity.
Yeah, it's an invisible shield.
Yeah.
That police officers and not just police officers, but and the government in a whole, gets it. Government officials, actually.
Sure.
So, but it has become a big problem for the public.
Right.
Since it provides immunity for their
misdeeds. So
for their underperformance, I guess.
Yeah, well, let's talk about exactly what it means. Like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about here? Qualified immunity. What is that? How does that work?
Well, the way Cornell law defines it.
The liberal institution. Okay.
Yeah. The fine institution of the Ivy League. Qualified immunity balances two important interests: the need to hold public officials accountable when they exercise power irresponsibly, and the need to shield officials from harassment, distraction, and liability when they perform their duties reasonably.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's how Cornell defines it.
Okay. So it kind of reduces liability for maybe sometimes bad behavior, I suppose.
It is. So it's kind of shields them from liability of any kind, monetary, legally, and also, what they're saying is if they don't know, then they're not going to be held liable for something like that.
Okay.
When the same defense cannot be applied for you, you cannot say, I didn't know the law.
Yeah. They're allowed to not know the law, but
Yeah.
The law enforcement is allowed not to know what.
Yeah. I mean, try using that in the court for yourself, saying, hey, I didn't know at the time, where starting a fire in a building is illegal.
And we've all heard.
Yeah.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Yeah.
So, and the problem with qualified immunity is that, they tend to abuse it, walk around believing they have immunity, and so they may act in a way that's not, consistent with maybe what they're trained to do or what's expected.
Well, it's a sort of a license to kill.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have a license to kill. They have authority from the government to take your life.
Yeah.
And so I think that should come with a lot more. I'd say the requirements should be a little more stringent, a little more expansive. So if you're going to have the ability to take someone's life, then, well, we should talk about qualifications, right? What does it take to become a police officer? Like, how long is the training? And how does that work?
Right now, police academy takes about 36 weeks.
Okay, about 9 months.
Just about.
Okay, and are there any comparable professions where training might require 36 weeks?
The closest one is cosmetology, which is 7 months.
So 7 months to make sure that your hair is symmetrical. 9 months to, be given the ability to take someone's life.
Well, the thing is, you don't understand is
right.
Cosmetology, people are holding scissors in their hand, and these are very dangerous weapons.
You're right.
They're pointy
yes.
on one side, and they're
yes.
they're made out of metal. They're sharp also.
They could even cut the person holding the scissors. They said.
I mean, you can cut your finger.
Possibly develop an infection afterwards. I mean, it's very possible.
Yeah.
You're right. They are comparable. So it's interesting. So we've seen abuses in the past, right, of police officers. Most recently in the Chauvin Derek Chauvin case, George Floyd, where Derek Chauvin knelt on his neck for 8 minutes?
Almost 10 minutes.
Almost 10
9
minutes.
minutes and a few seconds. I can't. I don't know the exact number, but
It'd be nice if you did. But
yeah. But
no. And we look at what could have been done differently. Could more training have helped, maybe, or more training in de-escalation, or subduing without lethal force. Perhaps.
well, if you look at that video, we can clearly see that he's not fazed by what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not worried. He's looking at people. He's looking around. He's obviously thinking that he's doing whatever he's doing is the right thing to do
And
at that
it's
moment.
beyond reproach,
Yeah, I mean, he has his hands on his, on his waist, basically, and he's kneeling on him, and he's not worried at all, not fazed by it, not. I mean, anything. No, basically, there's no emotion there. I mean, if you're worried, if you're doing something wrong, you would not look like that.
No.
So
you wouldn't.
no.
So, and he feels that way. I'm not trying to get in his head, but he's behaving this way because he believes that he has immunity, and what happens, it's going to be within the purview of his, responsibilities or duties.
Yeah, because in the past, we know all the police officers have been, they were acquitted.
Yeah.
I think there's only one other case where a police officer was convicted, besides this one.
Was it the one in, where he shot the
guy in the back.
Yeah, he ran away and shot him.
I can't remember his name.
I can't either.
Dante something.
It could have been. But
I can't.
I think the police officer may have changed the story or something, or he lied about it, or yeah. So, and I don't know. Was there? I thought there was video footage of that too. Was there not?
There is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You almost have to have that if you're going to get a conviction. Just.
Even in video footage, I mean, they always get away because we have several incidents.
Yeah.
Rodney King.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
that was grainy footage.
yeah, it wasn't 1080p at that time. That was Rodney King's problem.
Was it? That was barely like 480. I don't know, 240. I don't know. But
what it was, but
no, yeah, we have several instances like that, and it's up to the prosecutor or whoever is going to try the case to decide if that's going to be followed through or not. But yeah, in this case, we had the video evidence and jury convicted him.
Yeah.
This Derek Chauvin. So it's good. It's a good thing. It's one case, but maybe we can build on that. But so you thought maybe we should have other requirements for being a police officer. What should some of those be?
I mean, how do we solve this problem? So that's the question that always comes up. What to do about it?
Right.
So, and I came up with a few examples of it.
Sure.
We can discuss. I don't know. The first one, I think it should be, we need to get rid of qualified immunity.
I like it. Yeah, I think that's one of the easiest ways to do it. If there's some consequence to their actions, you might think twice about the kind of force you use against someone else. When
they can always use that. Okay, then nobody would become police officer.
They could, but if your only fear is being subjected to punishment for bad behavior, well, maybe you shouldn't be a cop anyway.
Yeah,
that's probably a good thing.
If you're that afraid, you should not become a police officer, because I don't know if they know this or not, but all jobs have consequences.
Sure.
I mean, if you do a bad job at your work, your employer do give you a bad review or put you on corrective actions.
Of course.
So
it's to be expected.
Yeah.
I think they make that case with Congress too. So what are they paying them so much? Well, if we didn't, there wouldn't be public servants.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should reconsider the kind of people we want running Congress if their only motivation is money.
Yeah.
Start paying them $30,000 a year and see who shows up. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's a good point. So remove qualified immunity. Okay. What's next?
Second, I thought maybe we should increase the qualification to become a police officer. Right now, I think is high school plus 4 years of military service.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should go one step further. We should say it's college degree plus if you want to have military career, that's fine, but it's not required.
Okay.
But the most important requirement would be the 4-year degree in social science, any type of social science, psychology or sociology,
Maybe
philosophy,
like counseling or something, where you could de-escalate while you're in the situation.
Yep.
I think that's an excellent idea. They could use a lot more of that. Yeah, especially with the military aspect. They're coming out of the military, possibly in the battlefield.
Yeah.
You know, you're trained to kill. It's not the best, you know. I mean, come back to this domestically. It's not the best way to approach every situation.
Yeah.
You may have that mindset and cause a lot
I
of
mean,
problems.
right now we're using police as a jobs program for the military after military service.
Okay.
Most of the police are ex-military servicemen.
Huh.
So
they come in with that mindset.
they come out of
identifying the enemy and
I mean, they're taught for 4 years that there is an enemy out there that's trying to kill you. When they get out, they become a police officer. They're still wearing a uniform, and the public becomes the enemy.
yeah, and also they're using military weapons, military vehicles, tactical gear. Like nothing's changed.
No,
yeah, they're still in that mindset.
I mean, it's the same. They're just wearing a different color uniform now, and everything to them looks like it's us against them, type of mentality.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Which most police officers are not capable of handling all situations. I mean, if you send them in for somebody that's having a mental breakdown, it's not going to be a good outcome.
Well, we have a story about an old woman who was caught shoplifting. What are the details here? She was at a Walmart.
Yeah, she was at a Walmart. She picked up a couple items, and instead of paying for them, she just walked out because she has dementia.
Right.
And Walmart employees stopped her and took the items back, and she tried to pay for them, and they refused. So she just walked out of Walmart and started walking home.
Mm-hmm.
And they called the police anyway.
All right, let's stop, ma'am. I don't think you want to play it this way. Ma'am, please stop. You want to stop with lights on, siren? Stop. You just left Walmart. Do you need to be arrested right now? No. Okay. Let's stop. Come on.
I'm going home.
No, on the ground. Stay on the ground. On the ground. On the ground. On the ground. Bravo 242. After a short struggle, she is now detained. Come on. I am code 4.
I'm going
Hey.
home. I'm going home.
Quit!
rest.
I'm going home.
Hey, stand up. We're not gonna hold you.
Just go to the ground. On the ground. On the ground.
Sir, he's talking to her and she's still walking, and he gets out of the car. You don't see sirens, you don't hear sirens, you don't see the lights. This is not gonna fly with me, things like that. Saying
Tough
that
guy
to
talk, huh?
yeah.
To a 73-year-old. And she weighs how much again?
The reports are somewhere around 80, 90 pounds.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's a very small person, maybe 5 feet tall.
Sure.
Plus, she's 73 years old. Doesn't this officer ever seen a 73-year-old person? None of her relatives are grandmothers? Anybody?
Well, this may go back to training as well. You know, you don't think for yourself.
No.
You only have the training, and the training maybe says,
Training says as soon as you stop, you go to DEFCON 5,
yeah,
grab her hand, arm, break her wrist, and you throw her on the ground. While doing that, you're also out of breath.
yeah. You do wonder how you can have overweight police officers, right? You do wonder how that's possible.
Maybe he should stay off a couple of donuts, you know?
So, yeah, she was such a threat. He did break her arm, right?
Yeah, he broke her arm,
Fractured
put her
her
in
shoulder.
Yeah, put her in handcuffs
Yeah.
right away. I mean, why do we need to do that? Why do we need to do that?
And the whole time she was saying, I want to go home.
Yeah,
wanna
that's
go
all
home.
she was saying is just, I want to go home. I want to go home. At least talk. I mean, you're there. What else you got to do?
Yeah.
I mean, where else do you have to go?
So it never occurred to him to think that maybe she
Yeah.
has a mental disorder because she's only saying one thing. Never occurred to him to ask her, do a little more investigation.
I mean, it's as you said, it's a training. It's a training issue. The training is they teach them to obey. You have to be in control in all situations and make sure the public obeys your orders.
Right.
And this just didn't occur to him that she's an old person. Maybe she was having some sort of a mental issue or some sort of a cognitive issue.
Mm-hmm.
And he just, I mean, because they're not equipped to deal with these things. I mean, they just don't have the tools to do that.
They don't. And
They have a gun, they have handcuffs, and that's all they know.
baton,
Yeah.
taser, right? Everything is there to subdue or to, to stop. And, the tools for, again, de-escalation aren't there.
No.
They're just not there. And we see the consequences all the time,
And they left her handcuffed in a cell for 6 hours and didn't provide her any medical help or anything.
Yeah.
And this happened last year, but the video just came out because the family has filed a lawsuit.
Right.
And the police chief is saying he didn't know anything about it until a couple of days ago.
Sure he did.
I mean, what kind of bullshit is that?
It's the worst kind.
Who are you fooling, man?
He said that for legal purposes. Trust me.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's trying to save his ass.
That's the only reason that's there.
Yeah. And they were just put on administrative leave, these 2 police officers.
Yeah.
This happened 6-7 months ago.
Oh, but he only just found out about it. That's why.
Yeah.
But it does go to show you that qualified immunity has real consequences. I mean, look, we've said it before, but you go back to the Tamir Rice shooting, that little boy.
Yeah.
And what happened to those officers? What happened? I mean,
Nothing.
Nothing happened. I mean,
They got away.
If that doesn't tell you that this thing should be, abolished or whatever, then nothing will, right?
Yep.
If you can kill a child playing with a toy, within seconds of arriving on a scene and suffer no consequences at all, well, then yeah, there's something very much broken with the system.
So that's one incident, and the third one we thought was background checks.
Yeah, in this sense, I think we're talking about because we do know that there's some contingent of white supremacy, embedded within the police departments in this country, and maybe scour social media, make sure that they're not part of any, hard right, Nazi groups or.
Yeah, I mean, if they belong to any type of racist or any type of groups that advocate for violence, that should be grounds for termination and also disqualification.
Yeah, absolutely. That should be non-controversial. I mean, you can't serve the public if you're discriminated against half the public. It's just not.
It's just not going to work.
Not going to work.
Yeah,
you have a lot of problems. So
I mean, it may work in a place where there's only one kind of people, but I don't know any of those places.
when you say kind, I'm curious what.
It's the right kind.
The right kind. Yeah.
The right.
The right kind. So, yeah, and I
the
think
kind of ones in Germany.
Whoa.
The Third Reich.
Oh, the right kind.
It's the Third Reich is okay. It's not the right.
Oh, we're getting very specific here. Okay. So yeah, I think those expectations are reasonable. What we should expect of police officers and their training and their requirements. I don't think it's too far afield.
Yeah,
I
and
just so we're clear, they're given license to kill other human beings. There should be a little more requirement than what it takes for a cosmetologist to get their license.
yeah,
it should be a little more than that. So, anyway, accountability.
there's another one that I thought would be good is maybe it's time to expand the fire department. Fire department does not have guns. They have people who are trained in medical. What is it? Medical situations.
Yeah.
So maybe we should expand fire department to have another 1 or 2 person on all shifts that has training in de-escalation and also in mental health.
Excellent idea.
So when we have these type of calls like the one they had at Walmart, where they send a police officer, yeah, go ahead and send a police officer, but along with that, send a person from fire department that has that type of training at the same time.
What if they have multiple calls at the same time?
Well, then you're out of luck.
Well, so back to something you said earlier. You said they don't have guns. They have high-pressure hoses.
Oh,
Just
man.
so we're clear.
Yeah.
They can cause a lot of damage. That's actually a pretty good idea. I like that. Yeah, expand the role of mental health professionals. I don't know why that's not being done right now. It seems like it makes a lot of sense.
We're already paying for things, and they're sitting there waiting for a fire, or most of the time, fire department is called for car accidents.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So why not use the fire department? We already have resources. Maybe they don't have to take a fire truck because it's a very expensive equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can have a Suburban or something,
Excellent
some
idea.
other car,
Maybe an Escalade.
Yeah, maybe Escalade would be. Yeah.
So hey,
Actually, Escalade and fire engine is about the same.
So maybe not, right? Maybe not. Yeah, I think that we should consider all options. Those are really good ideas. So
Yeah.
hopefully someone's listening to this and they'll implement at least some of these things.
I mean, what do we know? We were just a couple of guys on podcast.
A couple of regular guys in a podcast. Yeah, you're right. Well,
who wants no decorum at all?
except when it comes to police officers and people they're trying to arrest. A little decorum there, maybe. But yeah.
So I mean, that's the few suggestions we have. You all can provide your comments down below.
Let's be respectful, guys.
Yeah.
But,
And let us know.
Yeah, let us
What
know.
do you guys think?